We live? Yeah, I think we are live. Okay, so welcome back to our stream. Okay, we have Doipayantu. Let me add him to the stage. So welcome back to our stream. It's a chill stream. We are going to mainly discuss about multiple topics since last time we had our session. Even we forgot when we had our session, but yeah, we'll try to cover many of the events that have happened uh, in last couple of months, including the selection of the T20 World Cup for the Indian team, as well as the IPL auctions, the mini auctions. And if we get time, then we can discuss about the T20 series performance as well as Ashes and see how it goes on. So, without any further ado, let's start with the main topic.
Uh, just wanted to say I am actually in a bike. I may not be for uh, too long here, but I just wanted to see you guys getting all your agendas getting quashed in this T20 World Cup selection. Just wanted to see that.
Sure, sure. Okay.
But
So,
initial thoughts, guys, about the World Cup squad. Everyone.
Yeah, I can start. I
yeah,
think I'm very happy with the selection. Uh, I think I'm very happy, and the first time I think I will not criticize Gautam Gambhir. I think yeah, probably the first time I have seen in his entire coaching tenure for Indian cricket where he has kept aside his ego and has gone with a sane decision of picking the best 15 that could have been picked, right? Wish it could have come before. Samson, the combination that we had previously as well, Samson and Abhishek, that was working. It should not have been disturbed. Yes, Agarkar and Gambhir tried to create a superstar culture by including Gill in the T20 setup. Fortunately, unfortunately, that did not work, and we are back with what was working for us. And very happy that both Agarkar and Gambhir, whatever be the reasons, is it media pressure, is it like social media pressure, I'm not sure, or is it just thinking that came from their inside that okay, we should go with the best team, and they picked the right people. The combination looks fine, looks perfect. Yes, Jitesh Sharma, I feel for him. Did not do anything wrong, should not have missed, but yes, I think they wanted a wicket keeper batsman at the top, so Sanju Samson was there, and they wanted a backup, right? Because I think if the backup wicket keeper was not an opening batsman, they did not have a backup as an opening batsman, right? So uh, Ishan Kishan did fit both the roles, like just uh, opening batsman as well as the wicket keeper. So I think since he was able to fit in both the roles, that's why I think Ishan Kishan was picked. So many people are writing in on the Instagram that Yashasvi Jaiswal missed. But see, Yashasvi Jaiswal, there was no point in picking Yashasvi Jaiswal, right? Because you would not have got a wicket keeper, right? Ishan Kishan is a wicket keeper. He's an opening batsman, and that's the reason he got picked up, right? Jitesh Sharma is not an opening batsman. He's only a wicket keeper, and that's why he did not get picked up. So yeah, very good selection. Good to see Rinku Singh back as well. I think he has not got enough chances after the initial heroics that he did. I mean, once he was kind of a match winner or a finisher for the Indian cricket team, but recently he has not got chances because India is preferring all-rounders. Hoping to see him as a part of the 11 because now it looks more solid, wherein we can fit all three of Hardik, Shivam Dubey, and Rinku Singh, and that will be a very good 5, 6, 7. And with Akshar Patel at 8, it would do wonders, right? So, yes, very good selection. Excellent selection, is what I can say.
I would like the same conversation going on. So, Soikot, your input or your opinion on this current team, or anything specific you want to discuss.
Yeah, so I think what Arvind you mentioned, right? It probably some injustice to Jitesh Sharma. So let's look back. When did this injustice game started? I think when Rinku Singh was dropped, we probably thought what wrong did Rinku Singh did, right? So that question came up. It's all about the combination what Gautam Gambhir needed. He wanted somebody. to have multiple skill set. That is what we are seeing throughout his career, his captaincy career, his coaching career, and I think that is where we thought that Rinku Singh does not fit in. But there is one more criteria. I think probably I don't have any information. That is just my gut feeling that probably Rinku Singh was asked, to play the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy by the time this India South Africa series was going on, because he was eventually was not part of the 11. He was not supposed to get selected in the 11 as well. So it's better to be benched than just to start playing in the SMAT. So I think that's a good call. And talking about the team, right? I think this is possibly the best combination. It is just about clicking at the right time by Ishan Kishan. So had not so it fits like perfectly, right? You need an opening backup. The moment you have an opening backup, apart from Gill, who has a good strike rate, you have got that with Ishan Kishan. And the moment you want to have a wicketkeeper backup, you have that with Ishan Kishan. He clicked in at the very right time, probably. So
Right.
imagine this, like 2 years of without any BCCI content, and suddenly you are in a ICC event, that too in a World Cup. So that's how that's a story to be told, right? It's a perfect silver lining, I would say. So if somehow Rinku Singh, Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dube, what you mentioned is does get fits in the top 11, I think it's a very powerful finishing and lower down batting order. But probably, I'm not sure. They might play Washington Sundar, but it does not make sense. Akshar Patel and Varun Chakravarti being the two spinners. I don't think so. But probably some playing conditions where they need that off spinning combination. Probably somewhere I see Washington playing ahead of Rinku, but I would still feel this is the time Rinku Singh will get. Probably, he will be asked and he will be said that boss, we are going to a 5 match ODI, 5 match T20 series with New Zealand. We'll try out you. We will play you all the matches. Then we will decide what 11 we'll be going and playing for the World Cup. And there's the best chance for Sky as well to get some runs. And we had basically just two problems, right? Going before this World Cup selection and going before this World Cup eventually, just two problems. One is the form of Shubman Gill, other form of Sky. One we already rejected out of the field, and the other one is probably that needs to be improved. So I think overall it's a 10 on 10 selection, perfect. And I think we couldn't have asked as a fan a better selection than this.
Yeah, I agree with both Shrikot and Dindu. Shomadip, you want to add your point of view, or you want to play the devil's advocate and have some counterpoint?
No, no counterpoints as such, but just this is the first time maybe all of us are sitting in this bench and agreeing to a team selection. And absolutely, like the team selection felt like somebody has like published a poll in the public and asked to democratically vote for the best players who can be chosen for the 15, and that has been chosen, right? You have multiple stories here. You have the story of Sanju Samson, who was kind of not part of the 11, who was done injustice with, and now he will be definitely the first choice coming into the 11. You have the story of Ishan Kishan, like Shokat was mentioning. He doesn't have a central contract for the last 2 years, and suddenly he is part of the World Cup squad. How few of the domestic tournaments he has played in the last few days, that has reaped benefits for him. So multiple stories here, which is kind of stitching for itself. And this team selection is absolute gem of a selection. I did not expect this yesterday. Even yesterday, I made a post in Facebook and I was selecting a team. Of course, it was a bit aggressive kind of selection where I did not have Sky and Gill both in the team. My Hardik Pandya and Sanju Samson were my captain and vice captain. But yeah, the reason I did not have Sky in the team was kind of because of his form over the last 12 months. I also kind of I find him a bit too vocal about few things which a captain usually should not be. That comment about what he made in the Asia Cup about Pakistan is no longer a rival. That is not a very sportsmanlike comment. The comment he made about when there was this Operation Sindoor was drawn parallels with this Asia Cup win. So he made some comments there also that the political leaders are batting for them. So those drawing those parallels and bringing in certain agenda into how you are playing, that kind of builds the pressure on the team, right? It kind of builds the entire direction of the playing in such a way that there is no other choice than winning. Imagine if the Asia Cup final would have been lost by India, and could have been a chance unless Tilak Varma played that awesome innings, right? So it's always there is sports is always a great leveler, and you should respect the sport. So those kind of comments is something I did not like what he made, but otherwise he has been a good captain over the year. So it would have been a very drastic change had Surya been dropped out of the 11, out of the 15, that is. So definitely Surya stays the captain, and the entire team is built around that. Gill doesn't find a place, and rightly so. Of course, it was a very reactive decision, I believe. He was trying to be pushed to be the face of the Indian cricket for over the next 10 years, maybe. So that is why he was being pushed to be the all format player. That did not work out with the form of Gill. And also, like maybe in Gujarat Titans, the Gill that we know is the Gill that fits in into that system, right? But in Indian team, there are many who can replace Gill at this point of time. So it was no point pushing Gill, and of course he's playing multiple formats. So his energy drained out, his form drained out, and of course then such kind of decision is being taken. So the first wrong that happened was that when he was forced into the team during Asia Cup, and he was chosen the vice captain. That was not supposed to happen. He would have been chosen into the team, and Aksar could have continued to be the vice captain. And then, if the management felt that he should be part of the 11, he could have been in the 11. But once he's chosen as the vice captain, there is no other question but to play him in the 11. And then somebody like Sanju, who has been doing well, misses out. And then eventually Sanju fades away from the team, and then Jitesh comes in, then Jitesh goes out. Now Gill is going out. Of course, I believe there have been some communication made with Gill. He has been he has agreed. I mean, he won't agree to it, but at least there has been a proper communication made to him from being dropped. There has been proper communication made to Jitesh so that they are in a good state of mind. But this is a absolute peach of a team selection, and like all boxes are ticked. Even the choice of Ishan Kishan is so correct that he can play as a replacement to Abhishek Sharma. He can play as a replacement to Sanju Samson, being the wicketkeeper. So both openers he can replace. He can play as a replacement at number 3 also. If Tilak Verma gets injured or something happens to him, then he can be a replacement at number 3. He can be a replacement at number 4 also if something happens to Sanju. So he's a flexible player, and that is why we see him go in such high prices in the IPL auction. So yeah, of course, a brilliant selection, and he has done the right things at the right time to get selected in the team, and also the selector grabbed onto the opportunity. So I would like to congratulate them for that, for being the taking the right decision at the right time.
Yeah. Uh, Nicely summarized by Shomadip. Now, I would quickly move on to a couple of more like questions, both for the forum as well as for the individual panelists. Firstly, I would again bring up the squad again. So I have two, three questions, but I would like to go one by one. Firstly, what are your opinion on selecting the vice captain? Even though Sky is a very rock solid captain, and I think Gambhir also had a lot of input in the while the match progresses. I have seen him coming in the recent tournament. You have seen Gambhir coming during the drinks break. So that means he has a lot of input. It's not only the captain who is actually contributing. Contributing to the in-match situation, but also coach is giving his input proactively, uh, which I find little problematic because I think it's the captain's call in the end of the day. And however, I think Surya as a captain has done great job. But I wanted to still know about the leadership. The leadership group. I believe Hardik is one of the member of the leadership group. He should be. But what are your opinion on Akshar Patel being made the vice captain instead of Hardik? Do you think Hardik under Gambhir's tenure will ever get the captaincy or ever will be part of the leadership? going forward. I'll start with Ardhendu again. Do you have anything on that?
No, I think it's a fair call. See, Akshar Patel was the vice captain before Gill became the vice captain, so nothing wrong with that. I think that's what I mean. We went back to the things that we were already doing, bringing Samson in, making Akshar Patel the vice captain. He should not have been removed, as Shomodip mentioned as well, right? If Gill would have been pushed into the team, he should not have been made the vice captain. The vice captain should have been Akshar Patel because Gill was not a part of the setup initially, right? So and Akshar Patel has got that experience as well, right? He captained the Delhi Capitals, right? So he has that right experience and he has that right mindset. And see, it's all about captain, vice captain. I think it's fine. I think the kind and Hardik has made peace with it, right? He doesn't want the captaincy, vice captaincy anymore, right? He's contributing, he's enjoying himself, and he's contributing. He is a huge contributor in the team, right? And be it Akshar Patel be the vice captain, again, these senior folks, Surya Kumar Yadav, Akshar Patel and Hardik Pandya, they form the leadership group, right? And then Bumrah also along with them, right? So these three, four senior players, they generally form the leadership group. It's just that Akshar Patel has been made the vice captain, and this decision was taken before. Even during the Dravid era as well, I think Sky was anyways promoted as the captain because Hardik Pandya was supposed to be the next successor in T20 format, but I think he was sidelined, and then it was Surya Kumar Yadav who became the captain. So fair call. For me, it is a fair call.
I also agree that the current Hardik which we see is absolutely phenomenal, both with bat and ball, and he's an asset to the team. So if whatever role he has currently, if he continues with that in terms of mental mindset, that will be great for the team in future. So I
Yeah,
got you
absolutely.
also. So I got you have anything on to that, or should
No,
we
I think
proceed?
it's a. We never look back at probable captain who just left being the captain of the team, right? We never look back that unless it's a very possessive Kohli fan who wanted Kohli to captain RCB back again. So these kind of exception scenarios are there, but apart from that, I don't see a previous captain being again assigned as a vice captain so that he becomes a captain again. So that doesn't happen. But we are yet to see. So what needs to be a a discussion which I feel is Akshar Patel the next captain? Is that something we need to probably ponder on? But as a vice captain, I think they just have to make a call about who is the guaranteed position who will be playing all the matches. Bumrah is injury prone. Openers apart from Abhishek Sharma is too young probably to hand over the captaincy. I don't think so. Any other in that lineup who has assured the place and who is you know who is experienced enough to handle that tag. So I think based on that only they have taken that call to allocate Akshar Patel. But if they have to call Akshar Patel as a captain, I think that will be an interesting decision if they're able to take that or not. So going by this 11, probably they have made that 11 and just picked up the one who is assured. I think that's how they have selected.
And Akshar Patel has been one of the finest players, right, in the
Yeah.
last few years for India across formats, not only T20, even in ODI setup, Test setup, everywhere, right? So he has been, he deserves this, and I think he has a good mindset. We'll again have to see by the look and by the personality that he has. He might not be the right captain maybe someday because we have been used to seeing the Virats and the Rohits, right? So after that, Akshar Patel, but we never know, right? I mean, Mahendra Singh Dhoni was also a kind of out of the box thinking that the selectors did, but he did wonders, right? We never thought that Mahendra Singh Dhoni, with all those long hairs and such a cool attitude, would be a good captain. It was an experiment, it worked, and now we know that Mahendra Singh Dhoni is one of the finest captains in the world. So yeah, you never know.
Yeah, but I
But
don't. If I have to ask you, right,
hmm,
choose somebody apart from Akshay Patel, you cannot
yeah,
because the next
exactly.
best
Yeah,
option would have been Sanju Samson, who is not assured of his place. So
yes.
I think that is the philosophy which went in.
Yes. And in fact,
And
Surya Kumar Yadav, after this World Cup, I think
May
yeah,
he
not.
is
Yeah.
going to be, yeah, he is going to be slowly removed from the setup because he's old. The form is also not by his side, right? And I think they would look at transition. So yeah, probably you never know. Akshar Patel, just like we had Yuvraj Singh case, right? I mean, Yuvraj Singh was going to be the next captain, but Dhoni became the captain. You never know. Someone might become the captain and Akshar Patel would still remain the vice captain.
I have a prediction. I think if India doesn't do good in this World Cup, Gill will be back again.
No, I just have a thought there. In T20, you do not need that kind of legacy or that kind of setup of having a long-term captain and building a legacy around or building a team around that. You do not need that kind of setup. You choose the best 11, and out of that, whoever is the captaincy material or who can captain for the next 2 years, that is how the World Cup cycle continues. Just choose the best 15 and then choose the best person to be the captain from that. You do not need that kind of a legacy that this person is destined to be the captain. He will be building a particular mindset or something like that. So, and also with Gambhir coming into the picture, you see that the coach's contribution has kind of expanded, right? So it will go into slowly. It would go into that football kind of a structure where the coach would have the say and the best 15 would be chosen and anybody because most of the players in the Indian 11 they are captain of the one or the other IPL team, so all of them have captaincy experiences. So you just choose the best 15 and choose the best 11 out of that. You do not need to build a legacy, do not need to build a big long term plan of who can be the captain. Just think of 2 year cycle, choose the best 15, maybe one or two replacements over that 2 year cycle because it's a very small period of time. And then you go into the World Cup, you do well or you do bad, and then again think of the next 2 years. So that is how you can just run this entire setup in cycles. For T20, of course, in ODI and Test, it's a completely different ball game. So you have
Yeah,
to
there
be
there are many
more
captains in the squad.
traditional there.
There are many captains in the squad. I would like to point out. We all know Samson. Samson was a very good captain for Rajasthan Royals. I think Tilak Verma also captained. I think he was a India A captain or something like that. I was just reading today about Abhishek Sharma. Abhishek Sharma was once a captain of the under 19 team before Prithvi Shaw became the captain. He led the team to victory in the Asia Cup under 19. He was the captain then. So yeah, many captaincy
We have
candidates.
Bumrah, we have Hardik, we have
Hardik Pandya, yes, obviously we know Mumbai Indians captain. So many captaincy materials. Even Bumrah is also a very thinking captain. The only problem with him is his fitness.
yeah.
But yeah, so anybody, I think Samson would not be a very bad choice after this World Cup. Samson has a very good head above him. He led Rajasthan Royals brilliantly in the
I
last
think
two
I
three
think
seasons.
after every IPL season, right, we think of
Hmm.
reshuffling and
Hmm.
giving the best IPL 11 and bringing them into an international setup,
But
and then
given
suddenly,
Samsung's luck and the way he has been treated, my prediction is that after this World Cup, if India doesn't do good, then he will be also dropped and Gill will be brought in.
mm,
No, but just I think we should just point out the way Samson managed this entire phase, the kind of statements that he was giving, in spite of all of us, we know that he was being served with an injustice, but still the way he was conducting himself, that is really commendable. So yeah, so maybe like Ardhendu was mentioning, he has a good head on his shoulder and he could be there. But yeah, as Rigjai mentioned, you can not predict.
You never know. Yes.
So I'll move on to the next question. There's the two questions I have. So the panel can answer back to back. First is, do you think like we are praising the inclusion of Rinku Singh and Ishan Kishan into the team, but Ishan Kishan has not been into the international fold for a pretty long time, and we know I personally believe he was dropped unjustly. I mean, there was no reason to drop him in the first place. He was doing fair bit good, and what happened, we do not know. His mental health got derailed or whatever. I mean, maybe the reason, and he was not into the mix, and then he was not considered again. But having said that, so how? And he has only five matches in the upcoming New Zealand series before the T20 World Cup. So how quickly if he plays in the 11, I don't think he will get that much of chance in the playing 11. So if he plays, how quickly he'll be able to adapt. Same for Rinku Singh, because these two guys have very little international game time before the tournament, as well as they had a very little game time when they were a part of the team. And this one is, and the second one is, what is your probable 11 given the conditions? Because we know that each Indian wickets are very different from each other. Given a condition, if we get a very flat wicket, okay, with nothing for the bowlers, what will be your playing 11 in the upcoming tournament? So I'll start with this time I'll start with Shoikar.
Yeah, I think the best you by the way you will see Rinku Singh a lot in the field even if he doesn't play. So
Okay.
and I think these two players have predominantly a lot of IPL experience going coming behind from them. So IPL is one of the toughest tournament. So think about it. Who all India will play, by the way, apart from Pakistan in the league phase? I don't think so. Those games will be that much, um, what they genuinely face during the IPL. The such competitive games they won't be facing. So I don't think so. Experience will got to play a lot in the back of their mind. But probably we have already seen what Singh did, right, with one ball what he faced in the Asia Cup. So I don't think so that experience or inclusion with the team would matter a lot for them. Um, okay, so coming to the next question is probably the probable 11 if you are talking about. I think the top five will remain same. It's just that we will either see what I already told you, either see Washington Sundar or Rinku Singh based on the track, and the first choice pacers would be again Bumrah and Ashdeep, and spinners would be Akshar Patel and Varun Chakravarti. But we might see at some point of time either Washington replacing Rinku, or if we get a rank turner, we might get a look into Kuldeep Yadav as well at certain point of time. But I don't think so. India will be challenged throughout the league phase. I think the New Zealand will be challenging more. I think more than the World Cup in the upcoming five matches. So I think they need to experiment and give everybody a fair chance and fair opportunity out of that 15. And straight away they will be challenged in the semi-final in the World Cup. And I don't think the team will be changed at that moment for the last two games. So I think more or less the same team what played just that instead of Jitesh, we will be seeing Samson and Rinku.
I have one question. I mean, Shoykot, you mentioned that, well, rightly so, that during the group stages, while facing the minnows, which and inconsequential matches, uh, that's what my question is. It logical to play them and rest the actual playing 11, or do
No,
you
I
believe?
I don't think so. I think for every World Cup event, right, the target and idea is to play the same 11 till the last match. So that is how they have to start and believe that they will this 11 will be going and playing and the final match as well. Unless there's an injury, there's a drop of form. If you remember 2011 World Cup, right? Only Suresh Raina replaced Yusuf Pathan, I think. There was no other change. So that's how a championship team looks like. Your first 11 and the final match 11 almost remain same. So I think the same team without any, I mean, they won't be challenged enough. That will continue. I think the first chance they will probably face during the Pakistan match or the semi final. That's all.
Okay. Uh,
Right.
Follow-up
In
question
case
to.
of, I'll just like to add on. So you mentioned about whether they would fit into the international standards, just coming back playing domestic Rinku and
Ishan.
Ishan Kishan. So it won't be a problem for them, particularly because the World Cup is also happening in India, right? So they are very familiar with the conditions also. And when you talk about the playing 11, of course, are India playing any of their matches in Sri Lanka?
Yes, in against Pakistan.
Okay, okay. So yeah, so in those cases, you'll see some shuffling in the bowling. Also, one change would be of course Washington Sundar and Rinku switching places. That could be a situation, and the other situation may be the number of pacers they want to play. So they can go into that Champions Trophy mold where they play Bumrah, and then immediate next pacer is Hardik Pandya. Of course, he's a very potent pacer. And then after that, they play all the four spinners. They play Kuldeep, Chakravarti, and then the two all-rounders, spinner all-rounders, Aksar and Washington Sundar, right? So
Even
that
even
could
if,
they
even
would.
if it is even if it is a very flat deck, do you still believe that they will play all the spinners?
I think like that's though a personal mindset. I feel that pacers are very overrated in T20 cricket. Unless you are a pacer of Bumrah standards, everybody else can be generalized. So if you are playing somebody like Bumrah or somebody like Aksar Patel, then they bring in that extra kind of dimension to the game. Otherwise, you can generalize all other pacers. So playing with a spinner, you often find that the economy is lesser comparatively. If you find out a global average of all the pacers, the economy of the pacers, and you find out the global average of the economy of the spinners, you will see the economy being lower in case of spinners. So when it's a absolute flat deck, I am always advocate of playing more spinners compared to pacers. You can play all rounders. If Shivam Dube will also give you 40 runs in 4 overs or 50 runs in 4 overs, and even a good pacer would also, Harshit Rana would also give the same number of runs. So it's no point playing more pacers compared to the number of spinners in the team. So that's just my mindset.
See, for me, see, as Saikat mentioned, right? If for any ICC event, right, for any big event, the team should there should not be much churning and chopping of the team, right? It should be the same 11 with one or two changes here and there, right? So mostly the team would be fixed. Uh, we would just be seeing one change here and there, right? Since one more point is that since we are playing minnows, I think India might go with seven batsmen out of them, two or three would be all rounders, and then four proper bowlers as well, right? Because Kuldeep has got an edge over Pakistan, right? I'm not sure. Again, it will be a call of the captain and the coach, but Kuldeep playing that match against Pakistan would be a great thing to do. I mean, he has got that advantage over Pakistan, right? So in during those matches, my 11 would look like Samson and Abhishek at the top. At number 3, it would be Tilak Verma. Number 4 would be Surya Kumar Yadav. Number 5 would be Hardik Pandya. Number 6 would be Shivam Dube. Number 7 would be Akshar Patel. Number 8 can be Kuldeep. 9 would be Varun Chakravarti. 10 would be Arshdeep. 11 would be Bumrah. This would be the team, specially, but there would be only one change. Wherever India needs some cushion in the batting, Kuldeep would be dropped, and there Rinku can be put in. That's the only thing. And on flat pitches, I would always advocate, I would agree with what Somadeep mentioned. On flat pitches, you should play Kuldeep. You should have more cushion in the bowling department, and it should not be a pacer, it should be Kuldeep, because Kuldeep can turn the ball on any pitch. And there you don't need 8 batsmen. You just need 5 or 6. You just need 6 proper batsmen. That's it. They will do the runs. They will give you the runs, but you would need, because on that flat decks, anybody can have a bad day, and that's where Varun Chakravarti or Kuldeep, those are the X factors. Washington Sundar, I don't see unless I'm not sure. I cannot comment much about Gambhir. Not sure what he's thinking, but in my 11, Washington Sundar would never make a chance in this entire World Cup. I do not see him in the 11 even in a single match. It would either be Rinku Singh or Kuldeep Yadav. That's it. The rest of the team would stay as is. Because Washington Sundar cannot give you that X factor that Kuldeep Yadav or Varun Chakravarti can give.
The possibility of playing Harshit instead of Arshdeep being Harshit being
Yeah, maybe. Yes, maybe. And no, maybe. But I would like to see. We might have criticized Harshit, but I think he has done well in the past. Let's be very fair here, right? So in cases they want an extra cushion in the batting, along with that they want to play Kuldeep as well. Yes, Harshit will come ahead of Arshdeep, but
I
Arshdeep
think
and
when
Bumrah should be
if
the
they play Kuldeep, there'll be a batsman shot, and that is where Harshit can come in.
Yeah, exactly. But they should always start with Bumrah and Arshdeep, knowing
Okay.
that we will play two minnows in the group stage. And Pakistan, I think even with Pakistan, they don't need 8 batsmen. 7 batsmen should be fine. And I think they should go with that. If their batting is not doing that much well, in that case, they can think of a cushion. So yeah, Rinku, I'm not sure if he'll start, but yes. Coming to the first question of yours, Rigjoy, I agree. I think I'm not sure. Ishan Kishan's selection was we could not do anything more, right? We had to had a backup wicket keeper and an opening batsman. So I think Ishan Kishan is the only player in the country who is a keeper, who is a batsman, and he offers the flexibility. He can bat at 3, he can bat at 4, right? So that's the reason Ishan Kishan was selected. I don't think he should be having a lot of issues if he gets a chance in the playing 11. But what I would also like to see is, and same goes with Rinku as well. He might be out of touch in the SMAT, but I think he's there. He has got a feel of the international matches. So I would like to see that the series, whatever be the result with New Zealand, after the first three matches, the regular 11 should play whatever, and we would see whoever is the whatever is the regular 11, they would play the first three matches. And if India would have sealed the series by then, I would like to see the in the last two matches these players get a chance and get the chance to bat up the order, so that at least they have that match practice before the actual tournament starts.
Okay, so moving on, we haven't seen how the other teams have announced their squad, but I would like to have a quick prediction round. So, starting with Shomarip, I want to know what are your prediction, how India will fare, and what are your semi-finalists. Provided there will be a semi-final,
I,
right? Super 8 to semi-final and then final. Yeah, there will be semi-final
right.
before.
I have not seen the groups, so I'm not sure if it would be a fair call. Like it may happen that I select
I
four teams and they
forgot to bring
cannot
up.
mathematically
Yeah,
come up to
but
the
let me
semifinals.
pull it up on my phone. I forgot to bring that up.
Yeah,
I should.
can you flash the groups? Is it possible? Then maybe we
Let
can.
T20 World Cup group. Very professional. What do you call hosting? I am doing right now.
That's okay.
I think this should be nope. Uh, nope. I think this should be the proper one. Yeah. Let me share it and see if I can bring this up. Um, so first, I would have to remove this. I'm just thinking out loud, and then I have to present again. Image file.
Rigja, as you try that, let's go into that question of how India would fare. So
Yeah, yeah,
let's ask Shwekat about that maybe.
yeah.
India to lift the World Cup again.
Wow.
I think I wouldn't have said that yesterday, but after seeing the team today, I can say this. I don't see anybody challenging unless somebody comes in the final and plays a blinder like Butler did in the semi-final, right? One of the semi-final. So I see India
Yeah.
lifting.
Right. I fear Australia and South Africa would be challenging if they come into the semifinals or finals, and as well as New Zealand. So when Rigja asked me the semifinalists, I would have said that New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, and India. But I'm not sure if that is a mathematical possibility. But I see like India as a favorites. Again, like Shekhar said, I wouldn't have said that yesterday, but the way they have selected the team, it's a very nicely selected team. Like all the pieces are so well fit in. Everybody, for everyone, there is a one or the other replacement. For every kind of conditions, there is one player who's suiting that condition. So it's just a wonderful team selection. And like usually we do not see these things about the Agarkar Gambhir duo. But the this time, I think like Gambhir has put aside the ego, or maybe Agarkar has also put aside the ego. They would have very easily gone into a like war of ego with
Yeah.
the general sentiment, right? Everybody was looking for the replacement of Gill, and they were feeling that it was being injustice done to Samson. So they could have easily gone into that war of ego and said, "No, Gill is our only hope, and we should go ahead with Gill only. There is no other choice." But they did not do that. They selected a team which actually suits the conditions well, which actually suits proper replacement for every member, and it's very job very well done. So yeah, Arvind, do you want to take it up?
If you would have asked me 2 days back, Again,
Yeah.
knowing that I would have thought that Gill would be there in that team, as I had mentioned in the WhatsApp chats as well, that India would not be going into the finals. They would lose in the semi-finals. But if you ask me today, I think it would be India definitely would be in the finals. It would be either South Africa or Australia in that finals. I don't see New Zealand also giving that competition. Probably they will make up as the fourth team. They or Pakistan would be the fourth team. But yeah, I don't have much hopes from England. So it will be India versus South Africa or Australia, and then hopefully, as an Indian fan, fingers crossed, India might lift the World Cup. So okay, now let's look at the groups. I think
Yeah.
so. Should I go first?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So Group A, two teams are qualifying, right, for the
Yeah.
Super
Two
Eight.
teams are
Okay,
qualifying for Group to Super 8, and from Super 8 there will be two semi-finals and then final.
okay. See, India is a sure shot in Group A. Knowing at the record of Pakistan, uh, I have high hopes that Pakistan might not qualify from this group. It might be either USA or
Yes.
Netherlands. Or Netherlands. Yeah, not sure. I don't think USA will do it again. Last time they did because it was home advantage. I have high hopes with Netherlands. So India would be sure shot and one
But
of
I think
Pakistan or Netherlands.
USA will get more home advantage this time.
Yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, but they will not repeat again. I mean, it's okay. They
Yeah.
did last time, but might not repeat this time. But Netherlands is a good team. I have been following them. I mean, some cricket that they are playing. They are playing very good. They might upset, and they will also pose a good competition for India as well.
Yes.
But yeah, but I see there will be an upset in Group A. Pakistan would not be making it to the cut. Netherlands and India for Group A. For Group B, Australia are clear favorites. I don't think any competition is there. I don't think Ireland will pose much of a challenge. Sri Lanka and Australia for Group B. Group C would be a tough one. I think it's very tough. England probably will make, but it will not be very easy for them. They would go into the Super 8, but there would be some. I think it's a kind of a group of death.
Yeah.
This group, even Group D is also the same. But yeah, Group C is also a group of death for me. So England probably the first team. Um West Indies and Bangladesh. I see Bangladesh going through. I don't see West Indies going through. And Group D, it would be South Africa for sure. Afghanistan would pose a lot of challenge, and one of New Zealand or Afghanistan, because it is in India. So probably for me Afghanistan. So New Zealand might not make the cut. So India, Netherlands, Australia, Sri Lanka, England, Bangladesh, South Africa, and Afghanistan. These would be my Super 8. Out of that, is it going to be Group A versus Group D?
That I'm not sure. Let let me check
So
that
these will
out.
be these will be my top 8 teams, and out of that, I think India,
No, no. It
Australia.
will be Super 8. Ordendu. It will be
Okay,
Super 8. So
Super
then
8.
from
Okay,
Super 8, yeah, there will be like a top
Round
4
robin.
something. Yeah.
yeah, okay, understood. So I think from there, so India, Netherlands, Australia, Sri Lanka, England, Bangladesh, South Africa, and Afghanistan. These will be the Super 8 team for me. And out of that, India, Australia definitely would be qualifying. South Africa would be the third team, and I see an upset. It might be Afghanistan or Bangladesh. Who knows? Maybe Bangladesh can also go, though I don't want them to. But one of Afghanistan or England, not Bangladesh. That will be my top four. Yeah. And
Super.
finals India versus South Africa or Australia.
Super. Super, are you on mute? Yeah, you're on mute.
Oh, you called my name.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
for
think
top Super 8
I
teams
don't.
as well as you can do
No,
directly go semi-finals also. Yeah.
no, I do not see any upset because apart from Group D, right, where Afghanistan will pose some challenges, but I think New Zealand is good enough team and the kind of experience they have, right? I see their squad. They have a deadly batting lineup as well. So I see New Zealand challenging in India this T20 international series as well. So New Zealand is definitely going unlikely, other than the mentioned South Africa as well. And I see England and Bangladesh in from Group C. Group B, Australia and Sri Lanka for sure. Group A, India and Pakistan. And I will probably, I mean, I don't know how well Sri Lanka is doing. Considering their home advantage, I would like them to see in top four and upsetting one of the other teams. So probably India, Australia, Sri Lanka, and South Africa would be my top four going to semi.
Somadeep? Okay.
Yeah, no, I totally agree to Shoikat. I told about my semi-finalists. So I feel New
Yeah.
Zealand, South Africa, Australia, and India are the semi-finalists.
Yeah.
So yeah,
My
and
prediction. I have some differences. I have not seen West Indies team, and I do not know what their current 11 is. But I believe Bangladesh is a very poor T20 team. If you have seen, I'm sorry, it's a very poor one-day team. But in T20 they can give a fight. But I think West Indies have a good record in India. Given they have won the T20 World Cup over here, so they can create legacies. I think they can slip past Bangladesh into top eight. But in top eight, they will in Super Eight they will face a lot of competition. India might also face a lot of competition in the Super Eight, given the quality of the teams. As Roykot has mentioned, New Zealand, South Africa, even if England does, if in English player they have a like lot of talent, but they don't apply themselves. So if those players actually do well, they can be a strong force. Sri Lanka has their home advantage. Sri Lanka in recent past have turned around, but they have been on and off, so they can be it. And as Arvind has mentioned, that Pakistan might just be. I mean, they will be in a situation where if one team loses and another team wins, and that's how they will be able to make it to Super 8, and then they'll struggle there because it will be quite difficult for them, given the quality of the Super 8 we have. The Super 8 will be the actual World Cup round, I believe so.
mhm. And
Semi-finally,
Super 8, will that be round robin or will that be
it will be
just
round
the teams
robin.
play?
Round robin.
So, like India and Pakistan will be, if they qualify from the round stage, they will again face each other in Super 8?
That's what I believe so.
Mm.
Else it wouldn't be called Super 8, right? At
Yeah,
least
maybe.
at least they will face if they don't face the same group, they will at least face how many matches? Three matches?
Uh, no, they would face six other matches. Like
Seven
they
matches,
won't
yeah.
play, yeah, the same group, and
Yeah.
then six other teams they would
They
play.
have to
So,
put schedule.
if you remember, when there was Super Six in the ODI World Cup, they used to have it that way only. They used to play the other groups only,
But
not
my
the same group.
semi-finalists
Mm.
will be, yeah, my semi-finalists will be India, Australia, South Africa, and New Zealand. These are my semi-finalists.
So same
Yeah.
as I predicted.
I'm going for the upsets. Upsets will definitely happen. 100%.
Yes.
In T20,
So
100%.
obviously.
yeah, right,
100%.
right. And the entire complexion of the T20 World Cup changes, right? If there are two things that leads to how successful that World Cup would be. One is how many upsets that happen, and second is till what stage India is playing. So
Yeah.
Correct.
these two determine how successful any World Cup, any format World Cup is. So yeah. So
It's good.
let's
It's good for the business.
yes, yes. I'm all in for upsets unless it India faces that, and also, of course, if India does well, nothing better than that. And I'm absolutely very thrilled and happy today that the team selection went this way because
Yeah.
otherwise it could have been a very different sentiment of how I would have seen the World Cup, right? Because it was like it was kind of pushing off an agenda of building Gill into the next big thing, which was absolutely a rubbish mindset. And that they have gone away with that, that's a very good sign. They have gone with logic. Every legend or every cricket expert who is talking about this team, they are talking great things and they are actually complimenting the way this has gone, this entire selection process has gone. So, yeah, happy about that.
I agree with that.
Okay,
Okay, so we are
one question
well.
I have for everyone. Okay, before we close.
Yeah.
So, who would be the standout player for India in this World Cup? Saikat, maybe we can start with you.
Hardik Pandya.
Okay. Somadeep?
I would go for Abhishek Sharma.
Digjoy?
I think it will be Varun Chakravarti.
Okay, good. I think, again, just trying to be different. Tilak Verma for me.
Yes, right.
And Tilak Verma would be a huge thing if he clicks. I think he has got great nerves. So yeah,
Absolutely. Yes, yes. And after the Asia Cup final, he should have been the first choice in all the matches, irrespective of the white ball format. He should have been. But somehow the entire thing goes differently when Gambhir is the coach. And also, one more thing that they should refrain from is too much shuffle of the batting order. They have very good people at all the batting positions. They should set that batting order. There should be always the first choice for a particular position, and then the other choices come in if some problems appear. Or say, two openers are playing till the 18th over, and then there is just the last 2 overs, so Pandya comes up. Those kind of situations. But otherwise, they should stick to the batting order, because every batsman is capable of playing at every whichever be the number over number, every batsman is playing capable of playing in that over number, from over number 1 to 20. So I think they should not shuffle too much. Everybody should feel secure. Everybody should feel secure with their type of game, with the way they play, with the position they play in, and there is no looking back for this team.
yeah, absolutely agreed. And I think one of the reasons why Gill was not needed in the team was because of Tilak Verma. Tilak Verma is the kind of player who can build innings and who can accelerate. He has both the games.
both the
Mhm.
So
ability.
yeah, I think there
And
was
he
no
can
need
play
for
a lot
Gill.
of shots. He has, I mean, Abhishek Sharma has limitation in terms of shots. You have seen that he has some discomfort when you bowl him on the body line, or you know. But Tilak Verma doesn't have that weakness, so he's a pretty all-round player. And
I'm only
if he works on his bowling, he could be a formidable all-rounder too. But yeah,
Yeah,
right, right.
that's something.
I'm only saying Abhishek Sharma would be the standout player because the World Cup is happening in India. Any other country, I would have not said that. And he will soon be found out, unless if he evolves in his game, he would soon be found out. So yeah,
I
but
think
because it is
Abhishek is
happening,
working. I think yeah, in the last match, if you have noticed, they were actually bowling him into the body line, and he was managing quite well. So he's understanding that bowlers are finding his weakness, so he's also working it. I believe Abhishek is an intelligent cricketer, and he will also evolve with time. It's not that he will play the
right,
same.
right,
Yeah. That's the
and he
biggest
has
point of the Indian team, that they are not restricted or restrictive in terms of their approach. They can be modifiable. I know they can be malleable and ductile. So
and he has the intelligent brain of Yuvraj Singh behind him, right,
yes,
backing him all the time. So
yes,
yeah,
that's great. So we are 50 minutes down the line. I don't think we have the energy to discuss the IPL auction, so we can keep it for another day. Maybe this week, maybe like tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we can discuss the IPL auction, because that's a huge thing we need to discuss. So now we can call it a day and then end this conversation. We had a great session, and we will be first time all are on same page. We all agree with the selection. We are all happy with the selection, and let's see how and then the news. I think the New Zealand tour has the same team, right?
right.
yes, it has
It's
the
a
same team. Correct.
Yeah.
same team
So
selected.
we can get a glimpse of how Indian team will perform. Looking forward to that. So maybe we'll discuss among ourselves and see how quickly we can discuss the IPL options. So till
Yeah.
then, goodbye. Have a great night. Bye bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching our stream. Bye.